Iran, we're going to find ourselves with another 100 million enemies to this country that we wouldn't otherwise have. Let's not forget that the largest demonstration in the world in support of the United States after 9/11 was in Iran. It was in Tehran, where over 1 million demonstrators showed up in support of the United States. And we're going to bomb Iran? Look, there is not a military threat from Iran. We should be vigilant to what may be a military threat, but if we're going to involve the military in this country, we start off with congressional approval. We start off with congressional approval to do that. I am the only candidate that wants to get out of Afghanistan tomorrow and bring the troops home. Let's stop with these military interventions that have us with hundreds of millions of enemies to this country that but for our military interventions would otherwise not exist. And I have to tell you, the root of all evil are politicians that are going to save us from the ills of the world, and politicians that beat their chests and talk about saving us from the terrorist threat comes at a result of tens of thousands of innocent people in these countries where we militarily intervene. It comes with our men and servicewomen coming back in body bags. It comes with our men and servicewomen coming back with their limbs blown off. Let's stop. Let's stop our military intervention. That believes in marriage equality, that it is a constitutionally guaranteed right on par with civil rights of the 60s. I am the only candidate that wants to end the drug wars. Let's legalize marijuana now. It's on the ballot in Colorado to regulate marijuana like alcohol. Look, I think it's going to pass. I think it's going to be the first of 50 state dominoes that are going to fall in line and bring rational drug policy to this country. How's it going to work? How's it going to work? Let's not forget that 6 years ago, Colorado, citizens of Denver voted to decriminalize marijuana on a campaign based on marijuana being safer than alcohol. But here's how it's going to work. Here's how the 50 state dominoes are going to work. Colorado's going to pass this, and everybody in Phoenix is going to get on an airplane to go to Denver over the weekend to chill out. Believe me, that phenomenon is not going to last long. I am having a president of the United States that vetoes legislation. How does that work? I would have vetoed the Patriot Act. I would have never established the Department of Homeland Security. I would have never established TSA. Yeah! I'm the only candidate that would not have signed the National Defense Authorization Act allowing for detainment and arrest of U.S. citizens without being charged. This is why we fought wars in this country. I am the only candidate that wants to balance the federal budget now. If we don't balance the federal budget now, we are going to find ourselves in the midst of a monetary collapse. And a monetary collapse, very simply, is when the dollars that we have in our pocket don't buy a thing because of the accompanying inflation that goes along with borrowing and printing money to the tune of 43 cents out of every dollar that we are spending. And that means taking on the really difficult issues that we face in this country. We all recognize that we are going to have to embark on a process of mutual sacrifice, or we're going to find ourselves without a country. I am amazed that Democrats and Republicans right now are talking about who's going to spend more money on Medicare when we have to slash Medicare spending, or we're going to find ourselves with no health care for those over 65.